Hey guys, it's Jordan. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am kind of annoyed in the first place before we even get into this story because I was supposed to go straight from work to a dentist appointment today, and then my dentist was like sending me an email today saying that my appointment is tomorrow when I know that my appointment was today because today I got off at 11:30 and we even took out my schedule and looked at my schedule at work while I was at the dentist, my schedule for work while I was at the dentist, so that we would know that today was supposed to be my appointment. And not only that, they gave me the freaking card that says that my appointment was Wednesday today at noon. And they still were like, nope, your appointment is tomorrow. And I'm like, cool, I have the card that you gave me right here saying it's today, but like, okay, we can cancel my appointment because I work tomorrow. So that's freaking annoying, and I think I might be switching dentists because they've literally made me switch every single appointment that I've had so far, and like I get it, things come up, but every single appointment, like my time is valuable too. Anyways, so that's freaking annoying. But today's story is about not just one crazy customer, but literally two crazy customers, or whoever. It might have even been like 3 people, but like, okay. So let's get into this story. Somebody leaves behind their keys at my work the other day. And I'm like, okay, cool. I have a pair of keys then. I don't know who these belong to. Good and fresh. There are car keys here for a Fiat. And then there's like clearly a set of work keys and a set of house keys. And then there's also like a key fob that says the name of who these keys belong to. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just call this name, or these people will be back in like 5 seconds because they're not going to get very far without their car keys. So I call this lady and she's like, oh, hello? Yeah, I'm actually on the highway right now. And I'm like, wait, what? How are you on the highway when I have your car keys? And so I'm like telling her, yeah, I have the keys to a Fiat, I have these work keys, and I have these house keys. And she's like, it's like a Tuesday, and she's like, okay, well, if you just want to put them aside for me and I'll come get them on Saturday. And I was like, what? How can you forget your car keys, work keys, and home keys, but they are so unimportant that you'll get them by Saturday? So I'm like, okay, whatever. You do you, girl. They will be in the lost and found. You can come get them on Saturday. So I'm assuming like, oh, this girl's just like off to the airport heading on a flight. She's not going to be home until like Saturday or something. Whatever. I don't care. Not my worry. Somebody else will give you the keys on Saturday. I will put them in the lost and found, and all is well on my end. So somebody else calls in like 2 hours later, and they go, hi, yeah, so I called in about those keys. Well, I'm actually going to come pick up those keys. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I'm like, okay, not on Saturday. So lady comes in. She's like, hey, do you have these keys that I called about and you called that you said were lost? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Or I didn't, sorry. My coworker did, who was working, that was right at the till. And they're like, yeah, of course. And I watched him pass off the keys to this lady. And she goes, oh, thank you so much. Like, I don't know what I would have done without these keys. Whatever, leaves the building. I get a call maybe 10 minutes later from the lady that I was speaking to on the phone. And she goes, hi, so I was just calling about those keys. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, in my head, I'm like, I just gave those keys. Like, we just gave those keys to the lady on the phone who came in and got the keys. Why else would she grab keys that weren't hers? Like, they're very identifiable keys. They had the name and the phone number on them. And there was also, like, car keys and apartment keys and house keys, work keys, like everything on this keychain. So I'm like, okay. Well, somebody actually came and got those keys about 15 minutes ago. Was that not you? And she goes, what? No? Why would anybody come get my keys? Like, oh my God, like who has my keys? And I was like, should I give you a description of who that lady is? She totally came up, said she lost her keys. We gave them the keys. They had your name and your phone number and everything on that. And she was like, yeah, those are my keys. Thank you so much for calling me. And she left. And she's like, what? I'm so confused. I have no idea who that could have been. Like, now my keys are gone. And I'm like, oh God, now we've just given somebody's keys away to some key thief that just happened to know that there were keys there. I don't know. Anyways, she's like, yeah, could you give me the description again? And I give her the description. She's like, oh, that's DJ. That's DJ. She's supposed to be coming in to get the keys. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, so you said that you weren't sending in anybody to get the keys. And I told you the description of this lady in the beginning, and you said that you have no idea who that is, and you're panicking that these keys are now with some stranger that has come to steal your keys from my work, which didn't make any sense to me. And now you're like, oh, no, that lady, that's DJ, of course, okay, that's fine. I don't know why she would have got the keys, though. And I'm like, you just said 2 seconds ago that you sent her in, and then 2 seconds before that you said you didn't send anybody, and now you're confused as to why DJ, whoever that is, got the keys. At this point, it's been a really, really, really busy night, and my manager comes in and he's like helping us close, which is like not normal, but it was like so stressful and busy. Even when this entire situation was going on, like I had customers all the way lined out the door, like 20 customers, and somebody's like, hey, can you put whipped cream on this drink? And meanwhile, somebody passes me a phone that's missing the back and the battery's hanging off, and it's the lady looking for the keys. And I'm like, ugh. So my manager, I'm telling him this story and how I'm all stressed out because of these people about the keys. And then the lady that took the keys comes back in, and she goes up to my manager and she's like, hi, I'm looking for a set of keys. We lost a set of keys in here earlier today, and I was just looking if I could find them. And like, I just was like coming out of the back room just at the end of this conversation, and I was like, interesting. So this lady walks out the door, and so I walk up to my manager and I was like, what did that lady want? And then he's like, oh, she was actually looking for those keys from earlier. And I was like, that is the lady that came and picked up the keys 15 minutes ago. She's the one that took the keys. And so we're both like, what? Me and my manager look at each other like, well, this does not make any sense. Like, these people are totally crazy. I guess it's more than one person. And this is not our problem anymore at this point. And so 10 minutes later, this lady comes back in, and she comes and talks to my manager again. And my manager says, oh, my supervisor actually said that you already came and picked up the keys. And she goes, what? The keys? I don't have any keys. And then she looks at me, full knowing that I was standing right there when we handed her off the keys. And she looks at me and goes, oh, those keys. Those were my car keys. Ha 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 ha. And me and my manager are just like ripping our faces off at this point. And I'm like, okay, how many sets of keys did you lose? How many people are you with that are donating their keys to my job? And how many goons did you send in to pick up these damn keys? And how can you not remember that you just picked up your freaking keys 15 minutes ago? You were just in here. Wouldn't you think to mention that you just lost another pair of keys, and you're also looking for another pair of keys that are lost? So I'm like, what the heck? Meanwhile, the lady that was looking for the keys originally that I called on the phone that was like, I'll be there on Saturday, calls back about the keys. And we're like, I don't have your damn keys. Whoever's keys those were, I don't know whether they belong to lady on the phone, or some other lady that she sent in, or this lady that came and picked them up. I don't care anymore, but your keys are gone. Somebody has come and picked them up, claiming that they are you, and then coming back and saying that they are not their keys, and that they didn't pick up any keys. Meanwhile, they just finished picking up the only keys that were at my job. So I'm like, I don't know what you want. Meanwhile, this lady goes to my manager, because my manager's like, should I get you something to drink? And she's like, yeah, I'll just get a large iced tea. He's like, okay, not unless you're gonna pay for it. And she's like, oh, I'll just get this instead, and tries to order another drink. And then he's like, I can get you a water unless you're gonna pay for it. Like, what is wrong with people? I'm like, I don't even know whose keys you were trying to jack, what this entire instrumented ploy was about, or who these freaking keys belong to, or what they are even for at this point. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you think you're gonna get a free drink. But get out of my store!